Hi Curious and welcome back. Keeping Up with the Kardashians has ended, but the ladies are still providing us with shocking revelations. And this most recent one is involving Kim's 72-day marriage to Kris Humphries, and never heard before gossip from the big day. During the final curtain part 1 with Andy Cohen, the famous sisters and their momager had spilled some rather interesting information, with Kim claiming that she owes her ex-husband an apology, though given that she has brought him up at this time, it suggests that she's not the only one who hasn't forgotten about their wedding. Though with Kris being single and Kim's desire to speak with him to apologize, could there be more to this? What did the Kardashian-Jenner clan reveal about this former couple's big day? In what somewhat extreme way was Kris Jenner willing to come to her daughter's help? And will they follow in the footsteps of Kim's other sisters and reunite? Stay with us until the very end to find out all the latest information, but before we continue, don't forget to give us a thumbs up, turn on the notifications, and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our future videos. It seems that where Kardashians' marriage and divorces are concerned, it's a never-ending source of gossip. There is always something new that comes up, and most recently, in the Keeping Up with the Kardashians reunion show, Kim has opened up about her divorce from Kanye West. When Andy Cohen had first asked her what the reason for it was, she did not want to answer, but later ended up saying that it was not just one thing, but the fact that they disagreed on many things. And surely, his decision to air out their private problems last year during his presidential campaign rally was one of them. Though, if you want to know more about what the rapper had said at the time, you can do so by checking out our previous video by clicking on the link above. But for now, stay with us to find out the latest news with regards to Kim's love life. The SKIMS founder did add that they had already figured out a great co-parenting dynamic for their children. But since we are on the topic of Kim and her marriages, let's look back in time to one of her most famous, or maybe should we say infamous ones. We're of course talking about her 72-day marriage to Kris Humphries, and the latest news which after all this time has come to light. As many of you will know, the two began dating towards the end of 2010, and by the following year, Kris had already popped the big question and asked Kim to marry him, to which she had promptly agreed. Just as seemingly rushed everything was, the two ended up tying the knot in August that same year, and the entire ceremony was filmed for a 4-hour special, Kim's Fairy Tale Wedding. And while everyone seemed so happy, what if we told you that it nearly never happened? Well, this is what Kim herself had said in the reunion special. Joined by her sisters and momager, Miss Kardashian revealed that in the end, she herself wasn't all that eager for the ceremony to take place. She had admitted that she actually felt pressured to go ahead with her wedding to Humphries back in 2011 as it was filmed for the family reality show. Now, we know that some of you might still ask, surely they don't have to do everything for that show if they don't want to. And you might be right, but the mother of 4 had her good reason for this, and that was that she didn't want to be known as the runaway bride. Though, as some internet users pointed out, she does have the title of one of the shortest marriages instead, but that was all her choice. Now, given that she was having cold feet and didn't want to go ahead with it, was anyone in her family supporting her, or were they all pushing her to go ahead with the wedding for the sake of the show? While we can't talk about the whole Kardashian-Jenner clan, we can definitely talk about Kris Jenner. During the show, she had chimed in and said that she did encourage her daughter to reconsider the whole marriage if she was having second thoughts about the then couple's relationship. And if Kim had wanted to be a runaway bride, then her mother would have been there to support her. As Kim also went on to add, Kris had told her, "Go, I'm going to put you in a car. No one will find you. Just leave and I'll handle it." However, as many of you will know, nothing of the sort had happened and the ceremony went ahead, and the two tied their knot. Though while for many women their wedding day and honeymoon is a blissful time where they get to celebrate their love with the person whom they chose to spend their lives with, for Kim it was a moment of realization. On the show, she described that while she might have been getting cold feet before the actual ceremony, it was during their honeymoon in Italy that she realized she had made the wrong decision in marrying Humphries, describing that even looking at his shoes in their hotel room had made her feel claustrophobic. Things never changed, as only 2 months into their marriage, Kim filed for divorce, which in the end was finalized in 2013. Breaking up with someone is no easy task even when divorce isn't on the table, and the star of today's video was just as nervous to break up with someone as you and I might be. And while she went ahead with it, Kim admitted that she handled it the wrong way and broke up with Kris in the worst way, as she didn't know how to deal. Given that Humphries is a very faith-based man, he didn't want to have the marriage on his record and instead wanted an annulment. Though, as Kardashian went on to explain, the only legal way to get one would have been if fraud was involved. So that is exactly what her former husband marked it as on the papers. She admitted that she had been mature, she would have wanted an annulment too. And while she wishes that she had only been married once, she has learned a lot from the experience. And if you want to know more about her past marriages and relationships in more detail, you can check out our previous video by clicking on the link above. But for now, make sure to stay with us to find out if it would be possible for the two to rekindle their love. While Humphries marked fraud as the reason for the annulment, many fans had begun to speculate that it was all fake and just a way to get ratings up for the family's reality show. Though during a reunion special, Kim was quick to shoot down those rumors that had been around for ages. Well, you'd think that given the lavish lives that this family lived, there would be no issue with regards to funding the wedding, but here actually might be wrong. During the show, fans of the show also learned that Miss Kardashian had taken her fees, and probably Kris's as well, as she wanted to add some of her own money to have a bigger wedding, as what she had envisioned and wanted was much bigger than the producers were willing to pay. Hitting back at the criticism, she said, "So, if that was like fake, I would have saved my money." But for now, let's put aside weddings and ceremonies like that and just focus on their relationship. And could there ever be any chances of them to reunite? Kim did say that for how she treated him and broke up with Kris, she owes him an apology. So when the two do meet, could sparks fly again? As we mentioned at the beginning, could it be that Kim will get back together with one of her exes? And it seems almost certain that Kylie and Travis are together once more. Not to mention the sudden trend among the Hollywood elite and them getting back with their exes, who they were with many years back. So who's to say that these two just couldn't do that again? Though speaking about Kylie, if you want to know more about the recent dating and pregnancy rumors surrounding the youngest member of the clan, you can check out our previous video. After all, Kris is seemingly single again. Since the start of the year, he was linked to model Nailene Ashley, with whom he had spent New Year's Eve, and the pair hung out on the beach. And according to reports from The Sun, Ashley had even ended up getting a tattoo of Humphries' jersey number on the side of her thigh. But just last week, taken to her Instagram stories, where she made a joke about being married, which as you can imagine kicked off a storm among her friends and followers, she posted a video with the caption, "I'm very much single." Though no other information was given as to how long since the two split or what the reason for it was. So it looks like Mr. Humphries could once again be on the market, just like our reality star is as well. If the two did decide to get back together, then they would surely have support of Kim's fans. When Kris initially posted the photos of him and his now ex-girlfriend ringing in the new year, fans of the Kardashian clan were quick to criticize her, with one user commenting, "Christ, was not expecting him to end up with someone so rough. When he was with Kim, she was so made up and prim and proper. He really needs to see if he can get the old thing back." Others were also quick to point out that according to them, Nailene looked fake and that Kim's beauty easily overshadowed her. Though now, let's ask ourselves the important question, could this former married couple make it work? Well, here things get a little bit tricky, as it seems that Kris might be harboring some bad feelings towards Kim. Back in 2019, he had opened up about their time as a couple in an essay for the Players Tribune, where he said that things not working out between them were brutal and it was embarrassing to have their problems play out like that, not only in front of his family and friends, but also the entire world to see, adding that he was in a really dark place afterward and that he didn't want to leave his house feeling like the world hates him. And from their run-in, as described by Kim, it would seem that he wasn't all that happy about it. During their reunion, she talked about how they had a run-in back in 2015 and how Humphries had refused to talk to her. She explained that at the time she had North in her hand and she was also pregnant with Saint, and she happened to be at the same place as he was with his friends, adding that they had all got up to say hi to her, but Kris just looked at her and wouldn't speak to her. Though here it is worth pointing out that this took place just 2 years after their divorce was finalized, so tensions could have still been high between them, and given that it had been 6 years since that moment, and both of them had been through many different things, maybe they had changed the way they look at it, especially as Kim is seemingly trying to extend an olive branch to him and apologize. Not to mention that she has also strongly been denying Van Jones' dating rumors. And so curious, what are your thoughts on the things Kim has revealed about her second wedding? Do you think being called the runaway bride would have been better than being known for having such a short marriage? Could both of them make their relationship work once again? And do you think that any hard feelings that Humphries might have had have disappeared? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and as always, don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.